Hey y'all, we are back. I'm Sage.
And Bryce.
So we're back with another video. This is going to be a special edition because we're going to be sharing our coming out stories in honor of Pride Month.
Happy Pride!
Happy Pride! That's why we got our flag. We got on our shirts. Woo! Rainbow, celebrating Pride Month. And then we're just going to couple it because you know y'all, we love to eat. So we also have barbecue here, which is actually one of my favorite foods. So we're gonna mix in a mukbang along with our coming out stories. So we actually ordered from this place called Dinosaurbbq.
Yeah.
Not too far from our house, maybe 15 blocks away. And we normally love this place. Portions are a little bit smaller when you order delivery versus if you go in person. So definitely go in person if you're ever in Harlem. But I have the barbecue ribs. I have brisket. Ryan also got the ribs, chicken and then
the pulled pork.
Yeah, and then we also have, what was this, Syracuse
style tomatoes, mac and cheese.
Greens, and then I believe barbecue fried rice.
Yeah.
I think so.
And cornbread.
Oh yeah, and cornbread. So we're just gonna jump right in, try it, and then of course we're gonna be sharing our stories. All right. Cheers.
Since we're not drinking alcohol on live, well not live, but on our YouTube video. Salute.
Energy drink. All right, so let's just jump right in with the ribs. Ribs is one of my favorites, so I'm gonna jump in with the ribs. You have ribs on your plate too?
Yeah, we both got it.
We both got ribs. We love ribs. And they got this thing where you can pick like 2 meats or you can pick 3 meats.
Right.
So Ryan picked 3 meats, and when you pick 3 meats...
Because he's watching his figure and I'm not.
Yeah,
I'm watching it grow and become rounder.
Well, Ryan got the 3 meats, I got 2 meats. And it seemed like you get a lot more meat with 3 meats versus 2 meats. Even if you order the same meat, so definitely go with the 3 meats.
Yeah,
so awesome. So we're gonna just jump right in. I'm gonna start off with the ribs because they just look so good.
I'll show you guys.
You gonna show them your ribs? Oh, this thing fell off the bone, y'all. Okay. Y'all see it? That thing fell off the bone. Let me just show y'all. See that, y'all? The bone that fell off. Ain't that crazy? Let me just grab it by now.
Props to the pit master at Dinosaurbbq because it's always good every time we go there. Yeah, something in my teeth.
Oh yeah. Yep. Yeah, it is good.
Very tasty.
So, it's hard to find a good barbecue though.
You know what?
It's hard to find good barbecue.
They used to have the New York City barbecue block party in Madison Square Park. And they would invite like 15 pit masters from all over the East Coast and the South. So you can try, brisket, ribs, pulled pork from different states. But they stopped it. And Dinosaurbbq, even though they're in New York, they would participate, and I would always go pick up their food because I didn't live in Harlem before, and it was still very, very good to just try out. So, but
got a bone in my mouth, y'all. Ha! Okay, bone inside. Ooh. Yeah, y'all. I don't eat this whole thing right here. Yeah. I love me some barbecue, y'all. Pitmaster definitely did his thing. And see, I like when they put that brown color on there right there. See when they get that. See, I like that crunch on mine. It just don't be right if you ain't got that crunch on there. I swear. Yeah, this is delicious. Let me just cut it right here.
our flavor is so good.
Yeah, they put their foot in it. Hey, y'all.
Kids, don't talk while your mouth is full.
Who said that?
Our parents.
Yeah, that rib is good. So I'm gonna try this brisket. Ooh, baby, they got a crisp on this brisket too, y'all. That's just me. With my barbecue, because I'm from the Midwest, We love the barbecue. You just gotta have that crisp on there. Like, you know how they be doing it at BBQs and they just roast it and then dip it in the barbecue sauce? That ain't real barbecue to me. My barbecue gotta be done on the grill. No, we don't do no gas grills. Even though, you know, I get it for safety and all that. No, I like mine with the charcoal. Yeah, baby. That's real grilling. You know those brisket. Yeah. Oh, yeah. You want some of my brisket here, babe? Yeah, get some of that. We'll chop it up right here. Yeah, that brisket good right there, y'all. Okay. Yeah, that's good.
It's tender.
That's real tender. Try some of the greens. Let me put this
When we tried this tomatoes the last time, we were not expecting it to be this good, so we'll see if they have kept it up. They got like this some sort of sauce on it. I don't know what they're putting in there, but
yeah, those greens is good. They ain't got no meat in them, but they good not to have no meat in them. Yeah. Them good.
I usually don't order just potatoes, but this always feels
Just have a
tasty.
small piece of here. Do the top of it without the sauce.
And I think Dinosaur Barbecue has a lot of locations all over.
They do?
Yeah. Just the pork.
Yeah, y'all. Y'all looking for some good barbecue? Definitely look at Dinosaur Barbecue. Let me try some of your pork. Y'all see, I'm a pork lover. Like my mama say. That's why I'm looking so young. I'm looking so young because of this pork. Yeah, that's what my mama
Is
say.
that what it is?
There's a little bit of that jalapeno on there, so let me just grab one more of that. Grab one more of that. Yeah, y'all, that's good.
So check this chicken out. You want some chicken?
Well, they got a lot of meat. Huh? No, I don't like that part. I'm gonna just try a little piece of y'all. Uh-oh. I done messed it up. I should have just bit. Chicken good too, but I just like the pork and the brisket is my favorite. That's just me though. All right. So y'all, let's transition to our coming out story. All right. So, my coming out story. So, it was actually me and my best friend, Tiana. We ended up coming out to each other. And she mentioned, actually, no, she didn't. Hold on, y'all. She ended up, one of the girls, she was dating another friend of ours, cousin. And then, so she kind of got exposed. But we had been talking about, no, that's wrong.
It's been so long.
It's been so long. Okay, let me start back. My best friend Tiana, she had came out like a week before. We said we both was gonna come out to our parents. She had told her mom, and so I was supposed to be telling my mom. So I decided, okay, she works second shift. She come in around 12:30. I'm gonna leave a letter under the door and lock the door so I won't be able to change my mind. She'll read the letter and then that's how it'll happen. But every night before she would come, I would pick the lock and get the letter. So I don't know if y'all know about BGC, but back in the day it was called Boys Gay Chat. BGC. I think that's what it's called, Boys Gay Chat.
Not black.
Was it Black Gay?
It was Black Gay Chat.
Was it Black Gay Chat?
How am I supposed to know you, sir?
Okay, maybe it was Black Gay Chat.
Black Gay
It
Chat.
was because the logo was a black man. So maybe it was Black Gay Chat. Okay, I just was thinking about the boys on there. So.
I wasn't on it.
Oh, yeah.
Because I thought you had to be black to go on there.
Oh.
But I heard it's like pretty mixed anyway.
Yeah, well, it was mostly black, but. So I had saw this guy named Poppy Chulo. Yeah, that was his little screen name, Poppy Chulo. And I was like, ooh. So I decided to message Poppy Chulo. Well, we didn't have a laptop in my house. we had my auntie had a laptop, and she lived in the same complex we lived in. So I actually went to her house to use her laptop. Well, guys, when I was messaging Papi Chulo, I forgot to log out. Yeah, I forgot to log out. So my cousin, who was 6 months younger than me, actually saw the message. Yeah, she saw the message and was like, "What, you gay? I'm telling your mama." And so I said, "Oh, whatever." I left her house and went to my house. And so I couldn't sleep that whole night. So I was even up. It was about 7 in the morning. And I heard a knock on our door. I figured that was her. She came in and I heard her in there telling my mama. I was pretending like I was asleep. My mama came in and was like, "What's this Mimi telling me about you being gay?" And I was like, "Oh, I'm tired, I'm sleepy, leave me alone." And I just rolled over, never mind you. I was up the whole time. And so we never really had a conversation, but later that night, I believe like we went out to ice cream, or like the family went out to ice cream. And I think that was the last conversation we had about me like actually being gay. From then on, my mom like went out to gay clubs with us and that sort of thing. And the funny part of that story is that cousin came out herself a couple of years. So I don't know if she tried to expose me so I could take the heat. So when she came out, she didn't get as much heat. But, you know, so that was kind of my coming out story. And from then, I mean, I was 15. So even from then, like, we was going out to like clubs, not the actual clubs, but it was like these house parties, and we was dancing and doing a whole 9 yards. And a few years later, I saw that Papi Chulo. I think I wasn't 15, I was like 17, because I couldn't get into the club. And I was with one of my gay friends at that time. And I guess I was riding with him. He said he wasn't feeling well. So I had talked to Papi Chulo, got Papi Chulo's number. Because nothing had never materialized 2 years before. So I got Papi Chulo's number. Ooh, I was so excited. And so he said he wasn't really feeling well, whatever the case. So I said, no problem, you know. So he dropped me off at home. Well, my friend, who I was telling you about, my best friend, Tiana, she was actually out that night. And she said, you know, I saw Dominique with Papi Chulo. Ooh, I said, shade. What? He had dropped me off and went back out there. They had got into a dance competition. I think he and Papi Chulo had ended up, you know, doing the thing, because this is the kids, you know, kids friendly. And when I mentioned it to him, he was like, "Oh, why you letting the man come in between us? Da 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 da." Needless to say, we wasn't friends after that. But it wasn't no big blowout or nothing like that, because I ain't like that. But we wasn't friends after that. But that's a quick gist of my coming out story and when I met Papi Chulo. Again, I'll tell y'all the whole story if y'all want to hear it another time. But that's all I'm going to give y'all for now. So.
I think it's awesome that your mom, essentially, it's like she's so supportive of him. Mm-hmm. And I think that's great, and it's so important to have your parents really just be there for you, or like having a support system in general, whether it's in my scenario, my sisters, you know, we're the ones who were very supportive from the very beginning. So awesome.
Okay.
You're out there, you canceled.
No, we forgive and forget. That was long ago. We ain't mad no more. If you out there, you made it in the video, so. So, what about your coming out story?
My coming out story is interesting because when we decided to do a video talking about it, I had to kind of dig through the years, and it's been a long time. But I think I knew that I was gay from a very, very young age, even when I was still in the Philippines. Mm-hmm. But, you know, back then I didn't really know what gay meant, or there were any kind of like any resources to kind of, or the internet wasn't even really around. At least not where I was from. But essentially I came out when I was in high school. I think I knew a little bit better about what being gay meant when I was maybe like junior, and then senior year in high school I came out essentially like that summer after senior year. And I had come out to my sisters, my two sisters, and I just remember it being very uneventful because they were like, yeah, we know. And I think most people knew because I kind of tended to be on the feminine side before and everything. Maybe I'm a little bit moderate now, but yeah. So the crazier part though was when I was in college. I was dating this guy who was very possessive, very obsessive, and he at that point had just quit school. He had either quit his job or had gotten let go. But I was at a point in my life where I was paying for my own apartment. I was in school full time. I was doing extracurricular activities, like I was in dance group, I was in choir, I was in an a cappella group, I had a part-time job, so I was very busy. But, when he had, quit the job and quit school, it was almost like he had too much time on his hands and I didn't have any. And to a point where it was just like, okay, like this just becomes overbearing. And I had decided that I wanted to like break up. And he wasn't accepting that. I remember like telling him that I wasn't feeling well one day or whatever, and then I go out with my friends and we run into each other at the club. I don't know if you ever heard of Splash. And I was friends with the bouncers there because they were always like so nice to us and everything. And I remember like he like insulted me and then like ran outside of the club and he tried to follow me home and it was like,
oh my god, so much drama.
The drama that most people know that I'm not into that like now, but screaming like leave me alone and like running back and forth. And eventually I went back to the club and the bouncer, I told the bouncer what was going on and he didn't let him in, and then eventually he was able to like get away or whatever. But he at some point tried to commit suicide. Very sad. He had tried to take pills and everything, and ended up in the hospital. And it was just a very sort of like hard time. During that time too, his father found one of those gay flyers for a gay party.
Ooh, those was the thing. If you had a flyer back then,
you were in.
Ooh, you was in.
And he got kicked out. And he didn't have a place to go, and I felt bad, so I let him stay in my place. I was living by the university and everything. But like I said, I was very busy. I had so much going on, so I would essentially leave him in the apartment, be gone all day long, and come back, and he's there, right? Because he didn't have much to do, right? And at some point, I think I lasted maybe 4 days or something like that, and I was like, this is not gonna work. I can't add on to having to worry about you when I have all of these things going on and everything. And eventually, like I was like, you gotta go. And at that point, we were fighting, kicked him out and everything, and he like was getting a car or whatever. And then I was like, I remember I was on the second floor of the apartment building, of the house. And I was, there's like an entryway where, you walk in and take the stairs. And after I had closed the door, I was like, everything is done. And the next thing I know, I hear him on the phone talking. And at some point I realized who he was talking to. And he called my mom and my dad. And apparently, I guess during the time that maybe, cause when you have I had like a Nokia phone back then, and there's not really like a lot.
Nokia.
Right.
Remember that flip one with the Pussycat dolls? They had promoted that with that silver and black one. Ooh, that was my dream.
And they were indestructible. You could never break one. So
whatever happened to them?
Okay, I think they're still around, but iPhone gang. But he must have gotten their phone numbers from my phone. Obviously, where else would you get them, whatever. But and I remember just like starting to freak out because I realized that he was calling my mom or my dad or whomever, just talking about the things about me and past and the things that I was doing or whatever in being in the gay culture and gay community and whatnot. But I just remember like freaking out, and I just started bawling, and I called my sister. And I was just like, this is what's going on, and like she knew that I was gay, but she didn't know all of these other things that I was doing. And I was a good kid, but we all have certain things in our past and whatnot. So Yeah, and then I remember my mom calling me, like just bawling, crying, and he was like, "What is this guy saying? You know, he left. He called your dad, and he left me a voicemail in the middle of the day. There was like at 2 p.m. in the afternoon or something like that. So she was like bawling, crying, and I knew that phone call was about to come because I had been calling my sister, and telling her about it. And that was my coming out story.
Wow.
It was pretty crappy because of the way it was done. Because I had a whole goal of, you know, like wanted to share to my mom and my dad, you know, when I've kind of like made it in life where, you know, where maybe they didn't have to worry about me or my well-being, you know, because I think for a lot of people who don't know what being gay means, they think it's something that's just dangerous or that you're going the wrong path. You know, when there are maybe back then there weren't a lot of examples of successful gay people as role models. So you know, you would think that anyone gay would just get beat up, you know, and
and there was a lot of hate crimes,
right?
And it still is. So you know, definitely it's some validity, you know, to be concerned about how others may view, you know, your child or your loved one. I think that's, you know, a valid concern,
But I love my parents. They are so accepting, you know. Of course, there are some certain things that are left, you know, like unspoken and whatnot. But they've been very supportive since, and you know, our relationship has grown tremendously throughout the years. And I think the whole thing I was talking about, where I feel like they needed to know that I was gonna be okay, like not like my own place and financially okay, whatever. And I think they can breathe. Being gay wasn't something that was gonna give me like such a bad experience, even though there are a lot of unspeakable things, like, you know, people throwing eggs at my window, people like peeing on my ex's door, and all this other crap that gay people go through, and you know, people get killed still, right? And it's crazy because I can only imagine, as we're sharing this pride stories, how many other people who have had such worse situations, and we are just so blessed to have had people that are supportive, and that are just on our corner.
Definitely, and I think that's the most important thing, is being able to share these stories so we can hopefully help in any possible way, create an impact, and sometimes you find support in places you didn't quite expect it, and sometimes maybe you didn't have folks around that were supportive, but things do change over time. So awesome.
Yeah. And if you're somebody out there watching us, Black, Asian, gay, and you feel like you don't have anyone in your corner you can speak with, reach out to us. You know, I think for us, it's the ability to be able to pass on the blessing is such a big deal, because we have been so fortunate to be in a relationship. I don't know if you ever heard of like Loving Day, where before interracial couples were not even allowed to marry, and now you see gay interracial couple with the ability to marry, and have, obviously we still have ways to go in terms of equality and our rights, but you know, Pride Month is a reminder of how far we've come, but also how far we still have to go.
Yep. So definitely message us at Sage and Rice. You can Sage and Rice on Instagram. You can also message us at Sage and Rice on YouTube in the comments below, or sageandrice@gmail.com, which is our Gmail account as well. And then the links is gonna be below. If you want to share your coming out story, or if you want to just make a comment about our coming out stories, definitely do that below. All right. Until next time.
Love is love is love.
Bye.
Love you all.